Welcome to this webinar, 7 Simple Secrets to Tying Up the Loose Ends for the Year and Prevent Yourself Being Tied Up over the silly season. Congratulations on making the effort to turn up to listen to this webinar. I know at this time of year it's extremely busy for most people, and just turning up is 80% of success is just by turning up. So congratulations and thank you. My name is Jodie Cole and I run Melbourne Natural Wellness, Ultimate Corporate Wellness and Ultimate Business Coaching. And today I'd love to share with you my 7 simple secrets to help you tying up your loose ends, and also to prevent the 3 biggest blunders that we make that keep us stressed out, panicking about the end of the year and worried that we're not going to get everything done in time. Finishing the year with a boom, not a bust. The reasons why we don't finish the year with a boom and not a bust is number 3 of my biggest blunders: no structure. There are limited days left in the year and some of us are still working away, myself included, and are we going to get everything done in time? Maybe, maybe not. Here's the thing: without structuring your time and having a good plan, people run around like headless chooks and end up doing so many things at once they don't know where they're at. And although things get started, nothing really gets completed. Here's a little tip for you. Take 5 minutes and make a list, and then do what I call as a AAA battery: action, assign, and abandon. This little trick can be used for anything you do for your work or at home. These are things to do on your to-do list. Action items are those that are life-giving. I always say to clients, if items on your list are not life-giving, don't give them life. There are also items that must be done, of course, without exception. These are usually the ones that if you do some of them, if not, all other items on your list may become irrelevant or even easier. And look, if things must get done, you need to time block. Make sure you block out the time that they need to be dedicated, and also assign it. Do you need to recruit anyone to assist you in getting this done? Or who do you need to become to getting these things done? Is there a way, if you're going to do this all on your own, that you can protect that time you've blocked out as well? Cross out on your calendar and mark as do not disturb. Turn your email and mobile off and get to work on each of those things one at a time. Multitasking at this time of year doesn't necessarily work. Can you have someone else protect your time for you if possible? The other thing is, can you abandon any of those items on your list that have been there for months or perhaps even years and really don't matter anymore? Or they're not in line with your values anyway? Number 2 of the biggest blunders is WTNY. Wait till next year. Of course, some things this may be a good idea. The things that are on your list that you wrote above, the sign or abandon ones. These ones can wait till next year if they're still relevant and part of your goals, of course, and part of your values. Imagine starting the new year with fresh ideas and projects to work on, not left over from last year. For other things like health, fitness, wellness, December is just like any other month. Yes, it happens to just be the end of the year, and January happens to be a brand new year, but look, it's the same as any other month. March to April, June to July, August to September. It's just one month following on from another month. And waiting till the new year to see your massage therapist, naturopath, yoga instructor, dentist, take the class at the gym, or even actually going to the gym, means you may be going backwards. And look, we all know how hard it is to get back into it once you've stopped doing it. Continuing to look after yourself is probably even more important through December and January, as it's easy to give up, stop and relax. But as there are more temptations and places may be closed, your routine may be disrupted. But try as best you can to continue to look after yourself, so when tomorrow comes, you'll thank yourself for the choices you've made today. This time of year is full of craziness, joy, sadness, festivities, food, you name it. It's the best and worst time of the year. December is a month to wind down and relax and enjoy, of course, but this should be the same as any other month, as I've said. And it's a time to reflect on the year that's been. I like to write all the good things I've achieved and also the lessons I've learned. So tidy up all your loose ends for this year, ready to start afresh in January. And the number one biggest blunder we make at this time of year is failure to plan. Failure to plan is planning to fail. Goals, plans, ideas, things you want to do this year, to-do list, bucket list, whatever you want to call it, they are all the same, just a different way of describing what you want to get out of your year. To know what you want next year to look like and also reflect on the year that's been. Ask yourself, how was this year? Was it everything you wanted it to be? Do you still have goals on your list that you didn't complete and they're actually just being recycled every year? Maybe it's time to abandon those ones. When I coach my clients, there are some things that I say a lot to them, and look at the very same questions I ask. I help people get clarity, get focused, and get in massive action, as being in motion, creates momentum. And momentum is what we need to reach our goals and set ourselves up for a fantastic year. You won't get the year back, by the way, so live it as your best year yet. And many people don't write lists or set plans or goals. Some have even no idea what they want to do this year, let alone with their lives. I always start with a reflection on the year that's been, and then I look at my values. Do you know what your top values are? This is another fantastic part of coaching with my clients. We find out all the things they value and get a top 10, a top 5, and then a top 3. This is where it gets really interesting, to look deep into their lives and see if they're living it to their top values and the areas they're not. Digging deep into learning about themselves means they're getting very clear, getting insight, so they can focus on what they want from their lives and how they want to live. We simply just create a plan to achieve that. We actually set the whole year out in advance with the big rocks first, the things that really mean the most, that are in the line with the top values, then the little rocks, pebbles, and then finally the sand. Each month is laid out and planned on what's important to you in order of importance to you. Can you imagine having a 12-month calendar already laid out before you to start the new year, so you know exactly what you're doing when? Of course, you can tweak it throughout the year, but at least then you've got a fresh idea and goals and everything set down, so you just have to literally follow the plan. And I get it. At this time of year, there's lots of pressures, believe me, I know. Many of my team members, in fact, pretty much all of my team members are already on a break, and we have limited resources. But you know what? It just makes me personally more resourceful and resilient. It makes me think outside the box, getting creative with what I can actually do. It can get pretty stressful this time of year, let's face it. But this is not the time to let everything go. Believe me, I've done it before. And when I've looked back, I've regretted the choices I've made and was more stressed out at this time of year than I should have been. So, will you finish this year with a boom or a bust? To find out, let's take a look at my 7 simple secrets to tying up your loose ends for the year and prevent yourself being tied up over the silly season. Avoiding the 3 biggest blunders we make at this time of year to keep us stressed out, panicking about the end of the year, and worried that we're not going to get things done in time. Number 1 secret. Ask yourself, what does eating or drinking this give me? I like to say food is medicine, food is fuel. What are we feeding our body and mind? Let's take some Christmas food, for example, say pudding or sweets. What do I love about eating this food? Well, for me, it reminds me of good times. It's delicious, it gives me satisfaction, happiness, and it's a little bit naughty. So what I think about that is I write 10 benefits of eating this food and then 10 non-benefits. For example, I might feel guilty, I might feel sick, I might feel embarrassed to be eating it. It's loads of calories, and onwards and onwards and onwards. You know what? You'll find that those 2 lists will actually weigh each other out, so it all comes back to balance. And then I think, is there anything else that I can do that gives me the same benefits and is actually better for me? So what else could I do instead of this addiction to foods that damage me? As example, I could play hide and seek. That gives me naughtiness, satisfaction, and happiness. Do you get what I mean? The trick here, though, is not to deny yourself. Indulgence, as long as you're counterbalancing it with exercise and good food. So I choose one small dessert. Yes, just one. If it's a chocolate rumble, I eat one and only one. If it's pudding with custard and cream, which I love, I have a tiny piece and a tiny custard and cream, not a bowl full, which leads me to my second secret. Number 2, size matters. Plate size, that is. Entree plates and small bowls are best. When you eat, fill up the plate with salad and veggies first so there's less room for the meats, the rices, the pastas, the potatoes, etc. This time of year it's warm here, so mainly eat raw if you can. Raw food takes longer to eat and you have to chew a little more. It also gets you to be filled up quicker too. Think of what you can eat raw. Veggies, salads, a little fruit. Do you know what? Fermented foods are also great. Think sauerkraut, kefir, kombucha. Eating from glass or ceramic, not plastic. Select your food with care. Avoid processed foods where possible. And think, does this have the highest nutrition I can possibly get? Think organic, happy animals and plants, pesticide-free. Take responsibility for your food choices and habits. And be aware and make the best choice for you. Listen to your body. Why are you hungry? Are you bored? Or do you actually feel hunger in your mouth or hunger for the taste of something? Eat slowly and enjoy every bite or every sip. Number 3, secret sugars. There's a lot of things going on at the moment about sugars. Sugars are natural, sugars are bad, sugars are evil. Just be careful of sugars. And in saying that, be careful especially of juices. If you are juicing for one of your meals, make it a good one. I like to have spinach, celery, tomato, carrot and beetroot, especially if I happen to be feeling a little seedy from the day before, and sometimes maybe a little basil or some form of other herb. A sweet juice I like is spinach, lemon, ginger, pineapple or apple. And a great berry one is mixed berries, coconut water, cucumber, mint, if desired, and filtered water, of course. I do like to put filtered water in all my juices to ensure I don't overload the fruit. And also I put my powdered supplements in there as long as they're the same flavours. I'm a busy lady. I need to make the best use of my time. The trick here is to keep it simple. You know what? These taste great as frozen as ice cubes in the hot weather, or make yourself icy poles too. You can even use organic teas or make iced teas as well. So if you're drinking alcohol, enjoy it. But have a good quality wine or spirit and just be careful with the mixers. The trick here is indulge, but don't overindulge. Secret number 4, move it or lose it. Sadly, in today's knowledgeable society, only 18% of adults meet the daily requirements of physical activity. As stated by the World Health Organization, lack of physical activity is responsible for 2 million deaths a year, according to the World Heart Federation. Do you know inactivity is equally as bad for you as smoking a pack of cigarettes a day? Look, it's evident that exercise is essential, not only because it helps you prevent a whole range of health concerns, but it also helps you manage your stress levels, particularly good for this time of year. It's also because it stimulates the release of a chemical known as endorphin, which is the body's natural feel-good hormone, which reduces stress levels and lowers the risk of depression. Interestingly, a recent German study revealed that the treatment of mild to moderate anxiety, 30 minutes of exercise a day can be more effective than some antidepressant drugs. Plus, just because it's December and it happens to be the end of the year, Christmas time, New Year's, etc., doesn't mean you just give up everything. Just think December to January is the same as May to June or August to September. Take some time to relax and reflect, of course, but keep moving. Are you getting these benefits of exercise? Healthier and stronger bones, improved stamina combined with high levels of muscle strength and flexibility. Improved circulation and increased release of adrenaline to boost your energy and help you get more out of your day. Increased metabolism, allowing you to burn fat throughout the day long after you've actually stopped exercising. Improved resistance to insulin, which lowers your risk to developing type 2 diabetes, Australia's fastest growing chronic disease. You also feel a sense of pride. You know, that feeling that you've actually bothered to get up off your ass and you've enjoyed it. then you can possibly enjoy that sweet or savoury treat without feeling so guilty, so you really enjoy it. It's about balance. I love finding new ways to move when I'm on holiday. So what do I do when I'm on holiday? I take a skipping rope. It reminds me of being a kid. I actually enjoy taking 100 skips without stopping. And if I stop, I start again back to number 1. Gets the heart rate up, doesn't take much space or time. And each day I increase the increments and do 100 more if I can, or just 10 more. Create a challenge and reward for doing it. For example, allow yourself to buy that new gadget as a reward for achieving your goal. Another idea is to create a challenge with a friend to see who can last the longest. Remember the jump rope for heart competitions at school? That was so much fun. I take my little TheraBands with me so that I can do resistance and Pilates while I'm away. You can actually do a lot of partner work with abs and things as well. I run, walk or ride. Explore somewhere new and get exercise at the same time. Take your yoga mat, Pilates mat. Sometimes I feel I brought it all this way, I may as well use it. And if you can stretch, do yoga, ab and leg work, meditate, relax, do Pilates, you name it, and have no idea what you can get done, have a look on your phone. There's some great YouTube videos, and all these are very low cost, if not free. Go and kick a ball around or play backyard cricket. Remember what you loved doing as a kid, or just do that. Take up a new activity this holiday, maybe dancing or martial arts or something else that requires movement. Get out of your comfort zone. Remember, fear is simply thinking that we will have a future loss without a gain. There's always a gain in trying something new, meeting new friends, picking up a new skill, or just simply exercising for the health benefits. It is easy to overlook your health in the midst of the festive season, and it may seem tempting at times, but don't skip the exercise. Don't skip taking your supplements or recommendations from your practitioners, and finally, eat right. Inactivity will only lower your metabolism and make it even easier to put on weight, which may also lead to muscle stiffness and pain. Not only that, why go 10 steps backwards after this year of hard work? Look back with a sense of pride and a sense of achievement and knowing you've enjoyed your Christmas and New Year without regrets. Make sure you have fun doing this as well and reward yourself when reaching your goals. Number 5, reflect and set. Being in motion creates momentum. This is one of my favourite secrets. What I do each December, and in fact every 90 days, is I read my mission statement and adjust it according to my growth. In fact, I review and edit my mission statement almost every week. Do you have a mission statement? If you don't, I can help you with that. I believe we're all here for a reason and a purpose. If you don't know what that is, or have never really sat down and figured that out, or even written what you value and what your goals are, I've developed a really simple and fun process to help you with this, with the program. Clients also love this program. It has 4 main components: movement, meals, mindset, and mojo. Just want to go through, if that's okay with you, what this involves. Movement. Get physically and mentally fit at the studio, participating in the top-of-line Pilates, yoga and meditation classes. Meals. Our team of experts are pros at designing easy-to-follow eating plans that are healthy and, most importantly, realistic and designed specifically to your needs. We believe that every person is a unique individual, and look, one 12-week challenge might be good for one person, but not for somebody else. So we really dig deep into what your body and mind really needs and makes the plan for that. Your mindset. Are you mindful or mindful? A one-on-one session with your wellness coach to find out what your sabotages are and how to turn them into strengths. We also set your goals for 2016 together too. Your mojo. Find out what your purpose is, what you really value, and your mission in life. During these sessions, you get insight into areas of your dimensions of wellness, which are 9 areas, and what you want to focus on. You receive practical tools and insight to use straight away to be the best version of yourself. The program is movement, a 7-day class pass to the studio, or a 45-minute private one-on-one session, $95. Meals, your personal diet analysis and plan to eat right for your body, $197. Your mindset, mindful or mindful. 2 by 60-minute one-on-one sessions with your wellness coach, 414. Mojo. Find out what your purpose is. Set some goals and actually achieve them. 2 by 60-minute one-on-one sessions with your wellness coach, 414. And because you're on this webinar, with our compliments, we do have the Dimensions of Wellness Wheel appraisal for you. We renovate your mind ebook and the take-home workbooks for mindset and mojo components. Because look, there's no real point in doing a program like this if you can't take the insight and put it into action and continue on with that new skill for the rest of your life. The investment for this program is just $997, and there's a payment plan of $170 a week over 6 weeks if you prefer. The value of this is over $1,250. If you'd like to know more information about this or would like to book in, simply email reception@mnwc.com.au or give us a call on 9662 1311. In those sessions, we also do reflective exercises I've mentioned a little bit before. We look at the past year and think of all the things you have done well and achieved. Personally, when I do this, I think of all the things I could have potentially done better, and I write them all down. I take a look at my mission statement and my goals I've set for the year before, and each 90-day interval I write down what I achieved, what's still relevant, what's not relevant anymore, and I look at what I could have done better to achieve the goal I didn't achieve, and why I didn't achieve it at all. Was it just a goal? Does it need to be abandoned? Maybe it wasn't part of my values, and if it wasn't, then maybe it just needs to be abandoned. Don't hang on to things that you think you should do. Hang on to the things that you think are in line with your values. I think about how far I've come this year and be grateful for all of it, as the downs or negatives are really just places where you'd learn the most, and they're there to drive you forward. You can't have a down without an up. So when I hit that wall and get really uncomfortable, I know I'm about to achieve something amazing. I then categorize these lists or these things into 3 areas: the AAA battery, action, assign, abandon. This includes emails. And you know what? Just to mention on the emails, I've only got 3 folders in my email inbox: action, assign, abandon. That's it. I work on the actions, the assign, I assign, and the abandon, well, I abandon. I also think about, is this task that I'm doing, thinking, or how I'm feeling, getting me closer to my goals? Is it the highest priority and part of my values, or is it low priority bullshit? This is my favorite area to help people with. I live to help people find their purpose, their mission, set their goals and actually achieve them, and this is what I'm actually here for. My mission is really simple: to be the inspiration for you, to be the inspiration for yourself, and my goal is to help you reach yours. The irony, at a time when we want to be healthier, less busy, aging well and less stressed, we are becoming less healthy, more busy, not aging well and more stressed. You've only got one life, so live it well. Number 6 secret, rest well. The value of quality sleep is often underestimated. It is important to remember that poor sleep will not only negatively impact your activities of daily living, but it will also impact your overall health and well-being. This is not an additional or optional component of life. It's a vital biological function designed to maintain physical and emotional wellness. How do I sleep? I've got some rules around sleeping, because you know what? Sometimes when I'm stressed out, I don't actually sleep very well. So then I go back to my rules and I take a look and see if I'm actually doing them. Usually I'm not. So here's my rules. Take a bath before bed or get a relaxing massage, even if it's just massaging my own feet or temples. Do a few little stretches before bed. I use a really nice aromatherapy pillow spray. I love this stuff. It has a faint smell and it also relaxes me. Potentially meditation, thinking about being mindful, just thinking about the thoughts that you need to get rid of for the end of the day and relaxing into your deep sleep. During the week, massage treatments or cranial sacral therapy, for example, which is a gentle hands-on form of treatment, also helps me sleep. Sometimes I take supplements called NeuroCalm or Calmex 60 minutes before bed, so my nervous system relaxes and enables me to drift off to sleep and stay asleep, and also not to help me wake up feeling like I haven't slept at all or had too much sleep. I sleep in a really dark room and use an eye pillow if necessary if it's not dark. And I mean really dark room. There's no music, no noise except the sound of my breathing. I use earplugs if it's really noisy. I make sure that no gadgets are in the room and they're not charging. I don't have a TV in my bedroom. I turn everything off, phone, computer, everything. You must turn all your electronics off at least 30 to 60 minutes before bed and maybe read a book instead. Nothing that's going to reflect as a screen in your eye. No mirrors in the room when I'm sleeping. Make sure they are covered up. Number 7, make your appointments. There's a lot of people coming in at the moment that are making their appointments before the end of December because their health insurance runs out. You could possibly do this as well. I know time gets away from me if I'm not organised. If I don't make the time to make space for my wellness routine, chaos occurs. Before I know it, I'm back at work, feeling stressed and disappointed for not accomplishing my wellness goals over the holidays. To make sure this doesn't happen, I book in to see my practitioners instructors before I go anywhere and also book in for the week I'm back. I don't want to undo all the good work I've done already, and I can't get that time back to get back on track. Be cautious of time getting away from you. We've all been there. Have you ever said, when I have a new partner, when I'm less busy at work, I'll do that. When I have time, I'm too busy to think about that now. I'll do it when I'm gonna. Don't be an I'm gonna. There's never a good time, and it's always a good time. The next thing you know, it's going to be mid-year, and you won't have anything done. I like to think, what do I want to look back on in June next year and say I've accomplished? Personally, I also want to look back at the end of next year and think, wow, I was really organised. My goals for 2016 have been achieved, and I'm ready to plan the year ahead. Remember, you don't get time back. You need to focus and take action and do something today your future self will thank you for. Are you open to making this your best year yet? Are you open to tying up all your loose ends, making sure you've got your list? If you get nothing else out of the webinar today, at least go and write your list. Take the time, 5 minutes, write down everything you need to do in all those categories: work, relationships, friends, home, Christmas presents, whatever. And write down whether you're going to action, assign, or abandon. And make sure that the things you are actioning are those things that really, really need to be done or are in line with the things that you value. I'm here to help you tie up your loose ends for the end of the year and make sure that next year is your best year yet. So if you have any questions or you'd like to take the program up, please give me a buzz, 9662 1311, or just shoot us through an email, reception@mnwc.com.au. Again, congratulations on staying till the end of the webinar. If you'd like a copy of the ebook or the recording, just email reception@mnwc.com.au. I wish you all the best for the rest of your day, and here's to getting everything done for the end of the year and having a fantastic next year. We'll see you soon.